Hello.
Urging on social media and on digital marketing, but they've been around for a long time. So the Native Advertising Institute defines this as paid advertising where the ad matches the form, feel, and function of the content of the media on which it appears. So if you see a special advertising section that's like the top dentists in Miami or the 50 best lawyers in Texas, and the way that the content is formatted looks like the rest of the magazine, that's considered native advertising. You often see this in travel magazines where maybe the Scottsdale Convention and Visitors Bureau may have a section, and it looks very much like the content that would be in the rest of the magazine. A few ways that this works would be where you would have a post on BuzzFeed, like you see on the right, and they say just 10 things to try in November. And they will also tell you that if you click through, they may receive an affiliate payment. New York Magazine has something called The Strategist, which they will do an entire article, and they're a very well-written article, but they are receiving money from it. Now, one of my favorite sites is called Cool Hunting. Now, it's probably a little bit hard to see, but that is one of the posts that they have, and then it's presented by. So a brand is sponsoring a piece of their post. Now, if you ever see at the bottom of CNN and a lot of the news sites, there are some really gross links by Taboola and other news aggregators, and they're really junk sites that they go to. That is native advertising, because it looks like it's from the site that it would be part of their content collection, but it's really not.
Native advertising is something that's become really popular over the past few years, and quite simply it's just a form of advertising that fits very naturally onto a page, so it looks and feels like the other types of content on the page. Oftentimes it's thought of as in-stream advertising, so if you have a stream of content, this would be advertising that would live within that stream. The big opportunity for marketers in native is a chance for them to speak naturally with their target customers. So unlike other forms of advertising which intend to tell big stories or to be somewhat disruptive, native advertising aims to speak naturally to a consumer, give them some information or lead them to someplace on the internet. So it's a real opportunity for brands to build relationships with consumers in new digital environments. Some of the challenges with native, I think, have been to really understand how to have the right voice within those environments. So when you fit naturally into a conversation, you clearly have to be relevant to the consumer and speak to them in a language that will resonate with them. I co-chaired the IAB Native Task Force, and our work was intended to provide some guiding principles for the industry to organize around native advertising. This is an area where publishers, advertisers are going to be innovating, so we wanted to give people tools that they could use to help analyze and understand the best ways to form native advertising businesses. So what we did with the task force is we set forth some simple explanations of what the industry looked like at this moment in time, and we also set some guidelines in terms of how publishers and advertisers should disclose native advertising. And we developed a native advertising playbook, which is intended to give the industry some guiding principles around native, but also leave room for growth and for further innovation and development.
If we're linking off to a site on our website and we don't want Google to associate it long-term with our site, one way that we do that is by using rel equals quotations, no follow, end quotations. And that basically says, hey, this is on our website, but please don't associate it with us long-term. It's another one of those ways that we can help control how we're indexed. Off-page SEO is simply when one website links to another using href code. It serves as a vote of confidence for the content on the website and serves as a signal for Google, but that context matters. Link building is the process of gathering inbound links, and Google makes an assessment on the quality of the site's linking. So if you're out there buying spammy sites to follow you, or you're putting out fake sites in order to try and game the link building, it can actually hurt you. Now, there are tools out there that can help you understand the backlink environment. Moz has the Link Explorer, SEMrush has the Backlink Management Multi-Tool, and a site called Ahrefs has the Backlink Checker. It's always a good idea to see what types of sites are giving you referral traffic. And this is just one part of the entire SEO process.
Let's pretend you're an SEO manager that is looking to see a quick summary of a competitor's backlink profile. Well, SEMrush is the perfect tool to allow you to do just that. The SEMrush Backlinks Report will allow a user to clearly see the breakdown of every domain linking back to the search domain. Users will be able to analyze all of the data that is associated with each individual backlink and determine the impact that backlink is having on your SEO efforts. Therefore, if you want to improve your website's visibility, you will need to be aware of your backlink profile. With the Backlinks Report, you can view which types of links are being analyzed. You can analyze the page score and trust score for each link, and also view the anchor text for individual backlinks. Start by analyzing the links of your own website or checking out your competitors to see the kinds of links that other sites in your industry or niche are acquiring. Use filters and sorting options to identify links with specific anchor text, referring domains, IP addresses, top-level domains, and nofollow or follow attributes. You can also filter new or lost backlinks as well as sort by the date the link was found, seen last, or lost. Users are able to combine as many filters as possible to find as specific a data set as they want. In the table, you'll be able to see the page score and trust score of each link. These metrics provide a way to measure the quality of each link so you can be aware of which links may be more important than others to a site's SEO. Page score measures the importance of a web page using a 100-point scale from 0 to 100 and is based on the volume of links pointing to this page. Trust score measures the importance of the domain using a 100-point scale from 0 to 100 and is based on the quality and volume of links pointing to this domain. Trust score is calculated by placing more weight on backlinks that come from high-quality, trusted domains rather than simply counting the total number of backlinks. This data could even help determine if a low-quality link is hurting you. Or, if you're conducting competitor analysis, you may determine that this link is helping your competitor's website, and a link to your website from the same source may help you as well. Link relevancy is instrumental to link building strategy, so make sure you scrutinize the anchor text of each link for relevancy towards what that website actually offers. Once you find the links you're looking for, you can export to CSV or Excel with one click. Good luck, and if you have any additional questions, please feel free to reach out to one of our customer support specialists.
Programmatic buying takes some of the power away from agencies and puts it back in the hands of the marketer. We can do automated buying across sites with certain stipulations. Now we have to be really careful. We need to make sure that we put enough qualifiers around our buy so that we're not put on stories or websites that are negative for our brand. For example, if we are an airline, we don't want our ad to show up on a news story about an airline crash. Or if there's a politically divisive story or website, we want to make sure that we're not placed there. Let's hear about programmatic buying from the IAB.
Programmatic is really just a way of using technology to buy and sell media. It's used in a lot of different ways. It gets associated with a lot of different things. Maybe people think it's only real-time bidding, RTB as it's called, or the open auction, or it's associated with remnant inventory.
For us, it is a booking mechanism to sell inventory to advertisers, be it the exchange or programmatic direct or anything in between.
It's media that's delivered with a set of tools or software, and RTB is a component of it, which means real-time biddable media. And at Barrick Media Manager, that's the biggest piece that we use.
One of the key aspects of programmatic is real-time bidding, or RTB. And that's the bit of programmatic that actually started things off. And I think it's worth taking a minute to explain what RTB, or real-time bidding, actually is. Traditionally, when you bought and sold media, you bought and sold blocks of impressions, thousands of impressions. So what happened is every visitor to, say, the Yahoo homepage saw the same ad, regardless of whether they were 50 years old and interested in luxury travel, or in their 20s and liked CrossFit. They all saw the same ad. Now what RTB does is it creates an auction environment where different marketers can bid to show a different ad to a specific user based on data about that user. As a result, now that 50-year-old interested in luxury travel might see an ad from the W Hotel and Air France, whilst the user in their 20s interested in CrossFit might see an ad from Nike and Sports Authority. In other words, RTB has the promise of delivering the right ad to the right person at the right time, because we can use data to do that.
Programmatic specifically is on a tremendous growth rate. And we talk about it being 70, 80% growth rates for programmatic. We see that easily. Our business has grown near that, and we expect that to continue. I think as marketers embrace these new formats, there becomes a lot more opportunity for the industry to become smarter about it and have the dollars available to us to implement and deploy media along those lines. The technology is also moving at a much faster rate than it has in the past.
I think what you've seen in the last couple of years is a change in attitudes by both buyers and sellers. Both agencies in particular and publishers have started to see that we can use the technology that is being created through real-time bidding and other aspects of programmatic to transact, to create efficiencies for both buyers and sellers.
There's lots of projections about N billion number of dollars being thrown into the US market, which is completely true. It's a question of each publisher capturing that budget effectively and also telling the story to the user. I think 14 and beyond will also be about the user and creative storytelling, which has been lost a bit in this tech boom.
Fantastic opportunities for targeting audiences, and for efficiencies. And efficiencies about how much time and resources put into delivering media campaigns and in driving outcomes. We can drive superior outcomes given all the data we have access to.
One of the things that's changed over the last 12 months is the ability to use programmatic techniques to transact not just unreserved inventory, but also reserved inventory or guaranteed inventory. Things like programmatic direct, programmatic premium, or as the IAB's terminology piece has discussed, we've called about it automated guaranteed. What these tech things are is the ability to take what was a very traditional direct deal where a buyer picked up the phone and called a seller to buy all of the impressions on Yahoo homepage, for instance. That can now be transacted through a technology platform.
The challenges for marketers in programmatic are basically, in the US especially, stemmed around the fact that exchanges grew up in a very direct response way and prices were very low. And to sell a brand solution to a marketer in this climate for programmatic direct or programmatic exchange is a mind shift for them.
For more information on what the IAB is doing on programmatic, you can visit www.iab.net/programmatic.